Hi guys, it's your girl Pammie here from InitialPLV and welcome back to my channel. So today is my 3 weeks postpartum and baby girl is finally 3 weeks today, and I just wanted to show you guys her beautiful face. I have her swaddled and she just got fed and she's getting very chunky. Say hi! Say hi YouTube! My name is Chloe Everly and my Hmong name is Bombay, which means butterfly. What's yours? So a lot of you guys have been messaging me on just all my networking channels about breastfeeding. Am I breastfeeding, bottle feeding, supplementing? So I want to start off with that. I did skin to skin with her for about 15 to 20 minutes. And I guess that's supposed to help, you know, the bond of baby and mom. And especially with breastfeeding, it's supposed to be a beneficial kind of method. So I did that with Chloe, and even though if I wasn't going to breastfeed, I was going to do that anyway. And then after that, after she was cleaned and after she was okayed, her health was good, I breastfed her, and luckily I was very fortunate enough, this baby girl latched on right away. So luckily with this baby girl, there she's laughing. Are you laughing? She latched on right away, and I didn't have any troubles with her breastfeeding at all, so I was very fortunate and very happy. I was actually very concerned because I felt like I wasn't producing anything, and I was just, you know, I had the lactation consultant there at the hospital, I had my nurse and my doctor, and they all reassured me that everything was fine. So it kind of like helped me, but at the same time my baby was crying, was a little fussy. I thought, you know, oh, maybe she's not getting enough milk. A lot of moms don't produce milk until 3 to 4 days after. We produce colostrum is what they call, and that colostrum is good enough, and the amount is good enough for baby, especially right after delivery. They do say that babies' bellies are so small that they barely take anything in because they still have all that fluid in them. Usually babies are good without milk. They can be fed no milk for 24 hours and still be okay. So that concerned me a little bit because, you know, I'm a new mom, and you know, your first instinct is, oh my gosh, she's hungry, she's crying, you know, what if she's not getting enough, what if she's hungry? So I had that, and you know, Song and I were really concerned. I had a lot of stitches, and it was very hard for me to even just breastfeed her because sitting on your bottom when you have stitches and you're swollen, it's very painful, and I still had to do it for the first 3 days. I think I was only, I was on the hospital for 3 days, but I was only in the hospital for a day after delivery, the postpartum stay. And I did breastfeed for 3 days at the hospital, or that one day that I was in the hospital, and just sitting for like a minute was very painful. I was actually on ice packs, and I think that's what really kills me with breastfeeding. You know, I tried so hard to just breastfeed her, but it was just so painful to just sit and really focus on, you know, giving baby milk. At first I felt like I wasn't producing enough milk, and moms, don't worry about it if you guys are expecting and you guys are planning to breastfeed. A lot of moms don't produce until 3 to 4 days after. You only produce colostrum, and that colostrum is good enough for baby for up to 24 hours. I am one of those moms who worry the heck out of, you know, is my baby getting enough milk? Is she hungry? Is that why she's crying? My nurses and doctors reassured me, I had a lactation consultant there, that babies can go without food or any milk for 24 hours because they have so much fluid in them after delivery in them that it keeps them full, and their stomachs are so small to have anything in there. So I was, you know, I was a little like less stressed, but you still have that mother instinct where, you know, I think my child is hungry. I think it's crazy for people to think that, oh, my baby's okay to eat or not eat for 24 hours. So I had that experience, and I just had colostrum, and I think throughout the night she was pretty good at the hospital. And then the next day I actually had asked for formula, and they refused to give me formula because they really they tried to promote breastfeeding because it's healthier for baby, and they didn't want me to introduce a different nipple because it's baby's first first few days and being introduced to my nipple, and they didn't want confusion because babies do get confused. You know, they're still newborns, they don't know what they're sucking on, and the first thing that they suck on is something that they're mostly used to, and the nurses and doctors didn't want me to introduce a different bottle nipple. So that was a little frustrating because I felt like I wasn't being the best mom. Like, you know, she's not being fed, and I was just worried like any other mother would be. But I was rest assured that, you know, everything would be okay. So that night we went through it without feeding her. We just breastfed her. And then right now I'm currently, what happened was I stopped breastfeeding her from my actual breasts for 2 weeks because my stitches have gotten so bad, and it was just so painful, and I was just so swollen down there that I just couldn't sit and breastfeed her for 2 weeks. So I had been pumping consistently every 2 to 3 hours, and then I've been supplementing with Similac formula for her. Now, she has been a little gassy. When I first fed her my formula, my breast milk, she would always have a dirty poo diaper. And I wasn't sure if it was something that I was eating because I was on a chicken diet. It was just chicken and herbs, rice, and that's it. And it couldn't have been that because I was thinking dairy products, but I didn't have any of the dairy products. So then I changed her. I had like the supplementing formula for moms who are introducing formula to breastfeeders. Then I switched over to their gassy and fussy formula for baby girl, Cloessi, and she seems to be a little bit better, but she still seems very, very gassy, and I'm not quite sure what it is. If it's like, you know, I was wondering if she was lactose intolerant, so that's why we went with the fussy and gassy formula, because that one's lactose intolerant, where it's something that your baby or you don't have in you to break down the molecules of the milk. So she seems to be a little bit better, but she still seems to be very gassy and very fussy, and I think her fussiness comes from the gassy, like she's trying to move a bowel, but she can't. So I've been very stressful, and her next appointment with, her doctor will be next week, so I'll mention that to her pediatrician. But so far, you know, I've been pumping and I've been supplementing because at first, the first few days of pumping, I only produced 2 ounces total for 2 breasts. And that was worrying me because for the first 2 weeks, she wasn't really taking much. She was taking about like 2 ounces to 1 ounce. And then like as it progressed throughout the week, she was taking about 4 ounces. And I was only producing 2 ounces total for both breasts. So I was giving her 2 ounces of breast milk, and then I was giving her the rest with formula. And that's when I kind of saw her being fussy and gassy. So I'm not sure if it was the mixing or not, but let me know if you guys have that problem with you guys who are supplementing with your breast milk. You know, I heard it's normal. Some babies just seem to be like that. Breast milk just seems to be broken down a lot easier in baby's digestive system. So I'm not really stressed about it because she's gaining weight, she's getting heavy, and I think it'd be much more worrisome if she wasn't gaining weight or she wasn't taking anything in. So that's kind of my spiel with milk, my milk production. So anyway, when I told you guys how I wasn't actually breastfeeding her anymore to my nipple, my production went down, and each breast is only producing 1 ounce now. So that's very, very depressing. Liquid gold is so important, and the most that I produced was almost 5 to 6 ounces for both breasts, and that was amazing. Like, that was, I think, the first week my boobs were so hard, and it was just huge, and just pumping it, I got so much milk production out of it. And then I stopped because of my stitches, and it was just too painful, and now I'm back to like 1 ounce per breast. So I've been very stressed about it because, you know, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and, you know, my whole goal was to breastfeed baby girl and have that bond with her. So she so far is latching on. I just don't know if she's getting enough milk. So I've been supplementing with formula, and that's where I'm at right now with her. She no longer fits newborn diapers, and it's so sad. She's going to size 1 diapers, and her newborn clothes are too small on her. I did mention that in my last video. She did get these like acne, like these bumps on her face. I'm not sure what they are. I think her pediatrician did mention something about how it could be baby acne, or I was thinking it might be like heat rashes because she hates being swaddled at night and she just sweats so much. So I'm just wondering if it's her sleeping on her crib with all that heat creating these, you know, they're not like rashes or bumps or anything. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me show you guys. Can you guys see? It's like on this side of her face. I don't know if you guys can see, but she's actually sleeping. She had that on her right side of her face, and now it's gone, and now it's like on her forehead and a little bit on her left side. So I'm not sure what it is, but we tried avoiding soap or anything like that on her face and just using a damp washcloth and just washing her face when we bathe her. She's been very good. She's actually a very feisty little girl for a 3-week-old girl. She's very feisty, and I don't know, I'm just having a great time with her. Sometimes I just think to myself and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have a little newborn. It's really crazy, and the experience has been like over and off the hook. So this 18th of March we have her first pediatrician shot visit. She'll be getting her shots, I think her 1-month shots. So it's not gonna be really fun because I do hear a lot of horror stories about how babies get sick, and I really don't want that. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed and hoping that she will be fine on her first day of getting shots. I, on the other hand, have been doing very well. I think the only thing that's been very hard for me is just getting sleep, lack of sleep. It is so normal for moms, right? For newborns, I hear that, you know, the first few weeks are always the most zombiest times of your life. And it's really true. I do always feel like a zombie every night. Luckily, the past 2 nights, she's been sleeping for straight 2 hours and waking up just to get a diaper change and getting fed, and then she goes back to sleep. And I've been very fortunate enough for the past 2 nights, so I've been feeling a little refreshed. I was telling Song that he thinks that I have postpartum depression. I don't have postpartum depression. Maybe I feel like some days I feel down and I just need some fresh air, and I've been lucky enough to go out and just get a little fresh air. Even if I did get that time, I always feel like last week I took a day out to myself and I felt like, oh my gosh, I have my baby at home, I shouldn't be out here. So I only took an hour out and I just came back home because I missed my baby, of course. And you just feel like, you know, is Song taking good care of her? Of course he is, but you just have that mentality in mind. It's always in the back of your mind. I'm the type of person where I can't be in all the time, and it's been such a huge change in my life. Now that I have Chloe, it's, you know, it's a great feeling, but it's not like I can just get up and leave whenever I want. I have to haul her. So now that it's just me and her, I don't want to haul her out, and she's not even a month old, and the weather is still cold, so I don't want to get her sick or anything like that. That is Chloe in the back, okay, if you guys are wondering. But I've been feeling good. My stitches are so much better now. I can sit without feeling any pain. I have 1 more week until my chicken diet is over, until my 1 month is over. I don't have any more vaginal bleeding, if you guys are wondering. I do have like brown discharge. I know, TMI, but it is true. I have brown discharge, not blood or anything like that anymore, so it's a good sign. It's hopefully over. Like, I'm not used to wearing pads for 3 weeks. That is crazy. But I don't feel like super energetic anymore. I just feel like when I have time to myself, I just feel like, you know, I want to relax and do things, but at the same time I don't want to miss out on the time that I have, so I always try to do something. But at the same time, it's like I force myself to try to nap with her because that's only when I can sleep or nap. So it's been tough, but it's been an amazing journey. So she likes to squeal like that. Did you guys hear her? Yeah, but yeah, I just, you know, I feel great, and I'm just exhausted, and I'm being patient that, you know, it will get better, and it's a great journey. Moms out there who are expecting, I don't want to scare you guys, but you will not get any sleep. And it's normal to not get any sleep. I keep telling myself that. Oh, and the other day, I posted on my Facebook about co-sleeping. And the reason why I decided to do that was because Chloe has been having a really rough week of sleeping in her crib. And I think she's just used to having that comfort, someone by her, someone holding her. So I tried co-sleeping with her 2 days ago, and I co-slept with her for about half an hour, and she slept very well without even making a single sound. And what is it? Yeah, and then after that, I was like, maybe I should just try doing that and then put her back in her crib. So I co-slept with her for 30 minutes, put her back in her own crib, and she slept for a good 2.5 hours straight. And then she woke up, and then the same thing, 2.5 hours. So I felt amazing that night 2 days ago. I felt like this was the most sleep I've ever gotten. I think some nights I barely get any sleep. So that's that. And a lot of people has been saying, you know, don't co-sleep with your baby because, you know, it's dangerous. You know, there are times where it's dangerous. You can always find alternatives and stuff like that. But I just wanted to fill you guys in on that. And it was very successful. But last night we did put her back in her own crib. And ours is a convertible crib. So we took one side off and we just shifted the bed towards ours. So she's a lot closer to us. But I think that's pretty much it, guys. I'm still taking my prenatal pills. My hair has been falling a lot, and it's normal. I think some people say it's like 6 months your hair falls or something like that. But my hair is very thick, but my hair has been just falling out. Like I have a lot of fallouts. But I do plan to dye my hair and cut it or something like that because I'm just so bored. I've had my hair for like 9 months, almost a year now. So, but I do like it though because it's long now. I just need to trim for my dead ends. And yeah, I guess I'm just rambling now, and I will keep you guys updated. Health-wise, I'm doing great. I was low in iron after delivery. I forgot to mention I was, I guess, considered anemic when you're low in iron. So I am still continuing with my prenatal pills because it's got iron in it. And since I'm breastfeeding and pumping, I need all my vitamins for baby still. So it's good beneficials for both of us. But I guess I'll just move on to my tummy, and I will see you guys next week. Bye! So I have been wearing this waist trainer, and it basically helps you with your waist, and I've been wearing this. I am at 115 now for my weight loss. So from 140 to 115 now, and this is how my tummy looks like with the waist trainer on, and actually feels really, really good. It's very tight, so I only wear this for a few minutes or a couple of minutes, for about 30 minutes to an hour, and then I take it off for a few hours and put it back on because it's so tight and I feel like everything's like squished in there. But that's why they're called waist trainers. And this is how I look with the waist trainer.